welcome back to another vlog. Today is a messy day. I'm restocking the Christmas trees and making a mess with the excess, but it all makes sense because then you save the chips and then you can make speckled things. These are not on the website, I just made these for myself. Same as these trays. I made a couple of trays for display at the markets that we do. I think this is so cute. I'm tempted to do like custom orders because they're so much fun, but it's one of those things we don't want to do what we did at the beginning, which was I was making the trays and they were all completely unique. And so I was having to list them individually. It's a real pain at my end, potentially at your end, because you're like, oh, I missed that one. We're trying to make things that are like similar enough that we can just list it once and you get our variation. And then from Karen's side as well, picking and posting. Just want to make it as simple as possible moving forward. But we are definitely going to offer some personalization stuff in the new year. Candle bar is coming, and maybe we'll do some personalised decor pieces. Me and Milo have come to Lidl. We haven't been in Lidl in ages. It's not even that far away from us, specifically because I'm going to make something tonight, but I thought the boys might quite like some treats from the pastry section. From a distance, Milo thought this was a lightsaber. Understandable. The middle of Lidl is always the most exciting part, although we did get some nice bakery stuff. Halloween sweets. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to get these while we're here because otherwise I'm going to forget. Oh my God. Have you ever been on one of those?
No.
You put your, I think it was called a space hopper? Or is that the thing that you hold onto with your hands? You put your feet on either side and you have to balance. I just love the randomness. The absolute randomness of it. Like a baby thermometer, a little tray for the shower. Halloween pasta. Loads of Halloween. Well, they've got some costumes actually, but Halloween decorations and random stuff. If you were having a party, this is a good place to come. Milo pointed out that this is like what we get in a Premier Inn, but small. A little support cushion. It's not a terrible idea, but what actually caught my eye over here was this. I use my heat pad every single day on my back pain, and this would be absolutely perfect because that is exactly where my pain is, like neck and shoulders, top of my back. Yes, and a massage gun, which we have a variation of that already. Milo's looking for a specific kind of chocolate that childminder always used to get whenever we came. Oh, you like these, Miles? These like Kinder Bar version. That's what you're looking for. I remember liking the coffee from in here as well. There was a minute where we were coming to Lidl every single week, and then, I don't know, was it the pandemic? I don't know what stopped us. This feels like overkill at this point. There's pizzas, Halloween chicken nuggets that are black, Halloween like ice cream cake. Is this made specifically for Lidl? Because it feels very American. No, it really is made for Lidl. So actually, as it turns out, we remembered why we stopped going to Lidl. The checkout experience is horrendous. We tried to do self-checkout, which I remember from last time was always a mistake because it's the most aggressive self-checkout I've ever seen in my life. It's like, scan something, put it in, put it in, put it in. And maybe like 5 times someone had to come over and like override it, which made no sense because I was being really careful. I think the problem is when you've got too much stuff and I should have just gone through the regular checkout. But I also remembered the regular checkout being like, they throw stuff at you. They're like, get out of here, and you've just got no space or time to bag anything up. So yeah, I think that's probably what put us off going back, and I'm going to try to remember that. So in future, we just do little bits, like you just go in and do like the bakery, or go in and get a couple of things, but it's not actually a fun time to do a full shop. Maybe it's just the shop near us. Anyway, yesterday I was making some wax melt samples, which I can't even tell you. These smell, I was going to be like, smell these, smell this. These smell amazing. It's coming in the second part of our winter launch, and it's going to be called Merry. It is ginger. It's called something gingerbread. I can't remember the oil that I found. It's not normal gingerbread. And to me, it doesn't smell like gingerbread. It smells like more like a fiery ginger, like a ginger beer type of ginger, which is why I called it Merry, because I felt like it was more like a ginger cocktail. These candles are some candles we're doing with, so distracted this morning, Some candles that we're doing with a girl called Jess. She has a brand called Completely Cookied. You may have heard about them because she sent me cookies before. I've bought cookies from her before. They're absolutely incredible. They're like works of art. I bought some for our anniversary last year when we had people around, and she did them with our logo. It was so cool. Anyway, we're doing like a cookie box, like a little gift box that's got a candle, which is our sugar cookie candle, which I created with Jess. She decided on like the final scents, and there will be her cookie in it. I'm really excited about that. So I need to label these up today and send them out to her. Yeah, the ginger, it's just so unusual. I've got some more oils coming today because I still have not found, I thought I've got the scent for Spellbound, which was that really fancy holographic-y kind of, not holographic, like iridescent candle. The problem I had was I'd got the scent, I was really happy with it. I could not wick that scent. It's impossible. I don't understand why, but I could not find a wick. So the wick is not just something that burns and it like burns the top of the candle and it releases all of it. None of that. It's actually feeding the oil and the wax from the candle. It has to like absorb it and feed it through the top, so that it like uses it as fuel, and that's how it burns down rather than just like being on fire at the top of the candle. Sometimes if it's too hot, then it burns off the fragrance at the top and you can't smell anything when the candle is burning. Sometimes it's not hot enough. With soy coconut candles, the wax is already soft to begin with. So that's already a challenge. It gives it a really nice cold throw when you smell it before it's even burning. But hot throw, when you're actually burning the candle and you can smell it in the air, can be elusive. So some of our candles are stronger than others for that reason. But also, with any kind of vegetable wax, because there's no paraffin in these candles. If you buy candles from Bath and Body Works, Yankee Candle, it's a paraffin candle. 100% paraffin candle. And I got to be honest, I don't think there's anything wrong with paraffin candles. I would have no problem burning them in my house, but there is like a stigma attached to them. People think that they're like toxic, and so we went with a non-toxic route, and a cleaner burn. When people ask me about clean burns, I'm like, you're still burning something in your house. You are still burning something in your house. No matter what kind of candle you get, if you burn that candle again and again and again, don't trim the wick, just let it keep burning. It's going to create kind of like a mushroom on top of the wick. You know, when it gets like really big and like bubbly on top of the wick, that will get black smoke. You might end up with smoke around the edge of your candle. That's going into the air still. It doesn't matter how great the candle is to begin with. I've done that a million times. I've done that. I only really know about that stuff from making candles. But you know, all that is to say, I don't think paraffin is evil at all. But people like a natural wax, and so we created natural wax products, but they are not as strong as a paraffin product. And the wicking of it all is more difficult. I've definitely got ones that are like, wow, I'll like that maybe an hour in, because it does take longer for a natural wax to release the fragrance. I'll walk into the room and be like, oh, I love that smell so much. But try as I might, I could not get the oil that I had fallen in love with I'd blended 3 things together. I'd had it tested, made sure it was all fine. And because there's so many rules and regulations with candle making. I'd had someone like create all of the warning stuff for it. I was good to go. I was like, this is it. Which is when I told you guys about it. I was like, oh, we're so close. Could not get a wick that got that in the air. Sometimes as well, the oil is too heavy. Like if you've got a really thick oil, because they're different, it's like clogs the wick. It doesn't like, I just can't find something that makes it work. Actually, that's not true. I could find wood wick worked, but I didn't like the wood wick in the glass jar because it leaves kind of like an ugly layer of like brown wax once it's burned down. I didn't like that. I thought the whole point of this jar is it's so like pretty and like it's a beautiful jar. And so I wanted to use a cotton wick. All that is to say, I have some new oils coming today, and I'm really like, please, I'm going to make some samples at lunchtime, and hopefully one of those will be it. Sorry, this has been really smoke and matches heavy. I understand some of you, I mean, I suppose those of you that aren't interested aren't watching this part, but it's consuming my every waking thought. So it's hard not to talk about it because I've got nothing else to talk about. I'm like a new mother, where I'm like, every tiny little thing that my child does is exciting to me, but you don't care. I appreciate that. But I'm going to keep updating you because I'm really interested in this stuff. There will be someone out there that's interested in this. I love watching vlogs from people who like have little small businesses because that's something, that's a journey I'm on. I watch a lot of candle makers, but I will try and mix it up because I get it. I get it. I also find it way more comfortable to, what is this in my pocket? Oh, I forgot I put those in there. I put them in here because I've moved my office around, and now when I open the door it hits the side of my desk, so I'm going to put them on both things to try and lessen that. Yeah, I have no, like, if I'm passionate about something, I'm interested in something, I can talk about it all day long, but I find it really difficult to do any kind of self-promotion, which I feel like if any of you have been around here for a while will probably recognise. I don't make a lot of money on affiliate links. A lot of, like most people on YouTube and in the blogging world, that's like a real main money earner, especially at this time of year. Like, click this link to buy through here. We want you to buy these things. I find it really uncomfortable. I try to remember to list and link in videos where I've talked about a lot of things, but for a long time I just didn't because I find it, I don't like sales. I've worked in sales jobs and I hate it. So I find it quite difficult to kind of tread that line between I want to tell you guys about this thing that I'm doing and the fact that it is a business and I'm selling something, which is why, honestly, for about, I want to say about 3 months, I was talking about the business and never telling you what the name of the business was. And it wasn't intentional. It wasn't like a conscious thing I was doing, but I think subconsciously I was like, I can talk about it as long as I don't feel like I'm selling it to you. I need to work on that. I do. There's lots of things I've done over the years that would have been so much more successful if I could sell myself. And this is going to be something, I can just tell.